And we're recording, and it's great.
This is great. Is this live? Are we doing it now?
It's not. I mean,
it's not the start.
I'm not posting it to the internet. Like, we're not streaming.
Is it streaming?
No,
guys, we're streaming.
We're not.
Guys, we're streaming.
We're not.
Oh. Hey guys, you know what time it is again. It's time to get dirty. Time to get dirty. Dirty. It's about time for my arrival. Hey guys.
Dude, before we started recording, Andy goes like, whatever happened to Christina Aguilera? And my answer was like, I don't think things went well for her. I don't think she's good.
I think she got dirty. And,
she got dirty for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're getting dirty this week because this week, you guys, well, hopefully, we're trying something a little different. Not only can you hear us, but if you jump on our YouTube page, whatever that is, I think it's Who Let You Pod. But if you jump on that, you can watch us too. Look at that. Look at that shit. We did it. We're going to try that for a little bit because that's what podcasts do. Yeah. Podcasts do that where they just have you where you can listen and watch it now.
Yeah. That's what you need when you're having your lunch break or you're just sick of Zoom calls or whatever at work. You're just like, I'm going to watch these guys talk to each other. And in the future, we'll have cuts and other camera angles and probably some of this cleaned up. You don't need to see a printer, you know.
That's nice. But
it is.
Is that an HP?
Oh, nothing but HP.
HP,
the finest.
Doesn't sponsor this podcast, but if you want to, look at this. I'll talk about HP all day.
You can, yeah. And Andy and I will be gloriously camera ready in the future too, because right now we just look like a couple of schlubs. I was wearing a hat just a minute ago.
I'm going to tell you that I will not be camera ready. I'm going to look like this most of the time.
Okay.
Well, I will probably look worse than this. This is me from work. I'm wearing a work shirt. So if you think I don't look good.
I also am wearing a work shirt. I just work from home. So it's great.
Gabe.
Yeah.
We have a much different episode this week.
We do.
This is wild.
Totally new.
There is so much new shit going on in this episode.
So much. It's ridiculous.
I don't know where to look. Do I look at the camera?
You can look at the camera or at me. It's fine.
What do I normally look at?
I don't know, because I normally watch like our levels and I look over here. So I look at you every now and then for like a joke or something.
I guess, I'm looking at my phone and my notes and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even have notes this week.
Neither do I,
Dude,
Andy.
This is wild. But you guys, before we get into any of that new stuff, we got to talk and discuss if we have any new business. So, Gabe, I have some, but before I even get into that, do you have any new business for us, sir?
I do, Andy. Ooh. I have some quick new business, and it's something that I think it's probably on a lot of people's minds. So I figured especially this week, it's kind of timely. Like when this episode comes out, like it's going to be on people's minds. So Eric Clapton, guitar player, a lot of people think like he's a guitar god, that he's just like amazing. Got a lot of, slow jams and some fun rockin' tunes and stuff.
They called him Slowhand.
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was him.
Sirhan, Slowhand.
Oh, okay. That's pretty neat. I thought that was Elton John.
Oh.
But anyway, so everybody knows him and you love him, right? It's great. I love him too. He's awesome, I guess. So I don't know a lot about Eric Clapton, but one of his songs came on the radio the other day, and I was like, "Isn't this Tears from Heaven?" It wasn't, but I was like, "Isn't this Tears from Heaven?" And that led me to think, is every single song that Eric Clapton has ever written about his kid dying?
Oh, shit.
Like every single song.
No.
So I listened to the rest of the song with that as like the context. And it was a huge bummer. Spoiler alert.
Oh, my God.
It was super sad. So I was thinking, like, is every Eric Clapton song just about his kid falling out a window? And
might be.
I think it is. So I went back and I went on YouTube and I like listened to like 4 or 5 Clapton songs. And I will tell you, it's not funny to listen to other songs and just think that it's about that in a weird way. And I know it's terrible, and I'm sorry. And for those of you that have lost a loved one, I mean, it happens to us all. But I think it's funny to think of like this stuffy old like he's such a dildo. He's a good guitar player, but he's just like I'm sick of COVID BS.
Yeah.
And this next song's about pushing my kid out a window. Do. Anyway.
But wasn't he all like jacked up on cocaine when his kid died? So shouldn't he have gone to jail?
I thought so, but I don't know. He has that song Layla, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But also maybe about his kid falling out a window.
Damn.
Yeah, that's my new business.
That new business got me on my knees. I have some new business as well. Thanks to our friend Aaron. Aaron, you are the man. We love you. Be on the podcast. But he's our researcher when we just say like weird random phrases where we're just like, I don't know. Sure, this is still around.
Yeah.
Aaron will hit us back with like, I got details. Here's what's up.
Yeah.
And Aaron did the research. He is our man on the street.
Putting in the hours.
Putting in the work. And he's at a microfiche machine. And he's just like, I got to do the research for these guys. I got to do the research. And listeners, he did the research. A couple weeks ago, we did an episode on colors. Great episode. Go back and re-listen to it at least 15 times, you guys. But he found out for us that Crash doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Because like most things with LAPD, it was extremely corrupt, and they shut that shit down.
Yeah.
Because it was like everything in the LAPD. It was probably overrun with corruption.
Yeah. And it had the word hooligans in it.
Yeah.
Like there's no chance that was lasting.
It was, yeah. They had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then we also found out that Dare, we were pretty sure didn't exist anymore.
Right.
And he confirmed it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. The anti-drug thing for kids.
And we found out that most cops do indeed tuck their jackets into their pants. So
I still don't believe him on that. I call bullshit on that. I'm sorry, dude.
It's real. They do it to stay warm.
He does it to stay warm. It's just, I mean, it makes no sense. He is a person who stuffs his jacket into his pants.
Yeah.
And I'm putting you on notice, man. That's not okay. It's called an overcoat. It's you wear it over your things.
But that's where you pull out your pecker when you're like at the theaters and you're like, hey, and we have your overcoat.
Like you're flashing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason to own an overcoat if you're like a flasher.
I mean, it's like a trench coat is that. I don't know that an overcoat and a trench coat are the same thing. I think like a jacket.
Listeners, write us. Our trench coats and overcoats the same things.
Yeah.
If it's just like a regular jacket, you just tuck it up and then it falls out.
Yeah, but I don't think jackets are exclusively used for showing your dong to people. Like they're for protecting you from the elements and concealing your dong until you're ready to show it to people.
Listeners, write us. wholetyoupod@gmail.com. What do you hide your dong in?
Andy, that's some great new business.
Guys, yeah, we love it, you guys. You get to see how animated I am, where I'm constantly almost punching Gabe in the face.
Yeah, he does that. I have my hands folded neatly, and Andy just yeah!
I'm just constantly hitting the mic. It's great for audio, but now it's great for video.
It is.
Guys,
Theater of the eyes.
Guys, this week is different. Usually we go back in time.
We do.
We jump in the Wayback Machine.
We
go into our brain palaces, mind palaces.
Mind palace is also a brain palace.
And we go in there and we unlock drawers and cupboards, and we bring out all our bullshit, all our trauma.
Yep.
Because we never did the intro to our show.
Oh, yeah, because this is the show where we relive the trauma of youth through movies.
Yeah, that's right. Because
his name is Andy Diaz.
And his name is Gabe Martinez.
And together we are a podcast called Who Let You Watch That?
That's right, you guys. We did it. Shit.
That's the name of the show.
We have so much new going on this week that we didn't do it at the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's always someone's first episode, and that's why we always mention the name of the podcast.
Always.
Oh, shit.
You dropped your phone, and now everyone's going to see you reaching for it.
But normally we go in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
But this week, we're staying current.
Very current.
Very current. In fact, by the time you listen to this, I think it's still going to be the #1 movie in America because there ain't nothing coming out.
Yeah, yeah. And it should be the #1 movie in America. This movie is rad.
This movie is wild.
Yeah.
And speaking of spoiler alerts, we are going to talk about a movie that is new this week. So as we discuss it and we break it down, know that we're going to talk about a new movie. This is your spoiler alert. If you listen now, the movie's going to get ruined for you. So go see the movie first. then turn on our podcast at least 15 times. Download it, share it with a friend, share it with your mom, share it with your sister, your brother, your uncle, your friend, your boss, your employees, everybody. Share this fucking podcast with everyone you love.
Yeah, please do.
For fun, though.
For fun. Yeah, not as a punishment.
No, for fun.
All right, so what we have to do is we have a staple of every single episode, and that is where the person who is traumatized by this movie has to describe this movie in 5 words or less. Now, Andy and I just came from the movie theater, like right now.
Yeah.
We just came from the movie theater seeing this movie for the first time. I don't know that I was very traumatized, but I think it would be fun for the first time ever if we both took a stab at it.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
So you want to describe it in 5 words or less?
Yeah,
I saw you counting.
I got something already, yeah.
All right, go for it, dude.
So I'm going to describe this movie in 5 words or less. I have Detroit is an absolute nightmare.
Nice.
Nightmare's one word, right?
Yeah. Of course it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Detroit is an absolute nightmare.
There you go. You got it in 5. Okay.
Gabe, do you have this movie in 5?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, let's see.
And I'm gonna try to not use what you said at all. Never trust Bill Skarsgård. You got it in 4.
Guys, do you know what this movie is? Because we know what this movie is.
We know it. It is the nowadays, right now, 2022 film Barbarian.
Barbarian, you guys. It is so current that I don't even know who did it, dude.
Oh, yeah. Zach Krieger.
Zach Krieger, man. Yeah, dude. This dude, he is... I don't know anything about him. We should have done a little bit of research.
I did the tiniest bit. We
got it.
He's an actor, and this is his first feature. But he's directed some TV and some shorts. But this pretty rad.
Blew it out of the water.
He did a hell of a job.
This movie is insane.
Yeah.
This movie is absolutely insane. I love it. I got the log line right here.
All right, go for it.
A woman staying at an Airbnb discovers that the house she has rented is not what it seems. That's a perfect log line for this movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's intriguing.
Yeah. It catches you. And before you listen to this podcast and you're going to go there, go in as blind as possible because we went in as blind as possible.
Yeah. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I hadn't watched a trailer.
I saw the trailer once and I saw that the trailer's telling you, go see this movie. It's the scariest movie in years. Mm-hmm. I love horror movies. Gabe love horror movies. We're in spooky season, baby.
Oh, yeah.
It's here. The ghosts are out. The witches are flying. Frankenstein monsters are trying to get your McDoubles. They're here everywhere.
Trying to get your McDoubles, huh?
Yeah, they're coming around. Oh, I need a McDouble. No onions. Here you go.
Yeah, no, they
definitely
don't
did you add mac sauce to this? Yeah, dude, that's the move. It's $2.50. Now you basically have a Big Mac without the stupid extra piece of bread in the middle.
Nobody needs that. You. Nobody needs that. That's so stupid. Ray Kroc, go eat a dick.
Fuck you.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's spooky. Now, our normal format is, like Andy said, we go back in time and we talk about either with a guest or with one another a gnarly movie that traumatized you, messed you up as a kid, and sometimes it even unearths major trauma, which is always fun. This one's a little different. Andy and I were talking about what the next few episodes are going to look like, what we're going to do, and with spooky season being right around the corner, we're like, dude, we should do a contemporary one that could possibly mess us up.
Yeah.
And both of us had heard, now Andy has heard more about this movie than I have, but both of us had heard that this was like the scariest movie ever. They're billing it as like the scariest movie ever made. Scariest movie in years, at the very least.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, I haven't been horribly traumatized by a movie in a while. Let's go see something.
Yeah.
This should be pretty fun. So I guess for the purposes of the show, the Who is each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made me watch this movie.
Yep.
I made you watch this movie.
Absolutely.
We did it.
Yeah. So normally it's an actual story and a guest and stuff and everything like that. But I would say before we get into, talking about the movie and our experience with it, Andy, were you traumatized at all? Was anything even at that level?
Gabe.
Yeah.
For a movie that's dubbed the scariest movie in years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's much in this movie that I'm going to walk away from and be like, oh no!
No?
There's a barbarian gonna get me.
You can't. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. I told them.
You did.
The barbarians are gonna get us.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's anything that's gonna. We'll get into it on the rewatch.
Yeah.
The first watch.
The first watch. Yeah.
But for that scene, we'll talk a little bit more in depth. This movie does a great job. What does that say?
It just says that your disc is almost full. Okay. It's okay.
Sorry, listeners. I got nervous. I thought it was saying that like you're not recording.
Nope. We're all good.
This movie does a lot of great things and has some great jump scares, and it builds tension very, very well. This movie is for sure. Almost, I would like to see it again. This movie feels, for a first-time film director, feels very, very good at building tension, and it does a great job of that.
Oh yeah,
leads you down some red herrings. Who's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? And you're surprised throughout the movie. But I don't think I'm gonna go home and be like, oh no. But I guess if I do find a weird secret room in my house, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, but if you found a weird secret room in your house, you would
beforehand.
Anytime you'd be like, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm out of here.
Once again, horror movies have a problem where it's like you've never seen a horror movie before,
right?
Where you go like, I'm gonna go down this.
Yeah.
No, you never go down it.
Yeah, you don't. But then most horror movies would be done in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And what's the fun in that?
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
So I guess I turn it back on you, Gabe. Did this movie traumatize you at all?
No, not even a little.
Yeah.
This movie is a lot of fun. This movie's great. As Andy said, great jump scares, major tension, and so much misdirection.
Yes.
Zach Krieger is Houdini. He's doing all kinds of magic. It's great. But no, dude, nothing traumatizing. Not even the scariest movie in the last, like, I don't know, 5 years. Yeah, it's I don't know. Like, Hereditary blows this movie out of the water, which we may or may not be talking about that in the future, because that messed us both up as adults.
Yes. But Hereditary, perfect example of a more recent traumatizing and scary movie. Something that is stuck with me. Yeah. Haunted me.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, you want to talk about like haunting visuals and stuff and really terrifying things that stick with you. I mean, Martyrs. That's a movie that just exactly. It's just like the French Canadian horror stuff is just out of control. It's as rad as First Fragment and Nick Miller. Bringing it back. We love you,
Nicky baby.
But no, so the zero trauma at all. But we had to get into this and talk about this movie. So neither one of us had any trauma. That's okay. What's interesting is I did notice, Andy, there were some teens watching the movie with us.
They were.
And where Andy and I, maybe me more than Andy, were laughing at certain parts because that's what I do. I'm a pain in the ass to see a movie with because I have a ball and I talk too much and I laugh. And they were not laughing.
No, they were not laughing. I want to know what they were thinking.
Yeah.
We should have interviewed them.
We should have. We were like, hey, were you guys traumatized by this?
Yeah. You want to come back to our house and watch and be on a podcast. Go into this little room. Yeah. What do you think?
It's detached from the house.
I'll make you some tea.
Yeah, so it was interesting to see because I gathered from what I heard and what I didn't hear from them that they were probably a little scared. Yeah. I think they were a little spooked out. So,
I think you're right. Yeah, because you and me, we were laughing. Gabe more so than me, but that's what Gabe does during a movie. If Gabe's feeling a little uncomfortable, he's gonna laugh.
I do. There's
actually some funny shit in this movie.
There's some really funny shit in this movie, but it's also I don't know. I have a problem. I watch movies, and if something is awesome, I like cheer and clap and congratulate someone for doing something awesome. I am terrible. I just that's the movie experience that I had growing up as a kid, and I just love it. But everyone has fun.
We've talked about it on this podcast before. Your father, thinking he was black.
You're right.
The stereotype is that black people watching movies are very like, don't you go in there.
Yep.
I wonder.
I have been that way my entire life, friends.
My friend.
Yeah. I really
we did find the trauma. We found the trauma. It was in there.
We lived it.
We did a little bit of digging.
I'm a stereotype because my dad thought he was black.
Your dad thought you were black.
And he lived up to the stereotype.
He brought it home.
That's what it was.
There it is, you guys.
Thanks, Dad. Miss you every day.
We did it. Be on the podcast.
Be on the podcast. We'll host another seance.
Oh, man.
All right. So, also, we said we didn't have notes. So, I think we got to fly through this thing by the seat of our pants.
Dude, okay? we're going to just do it. I mean, should we talk about who's in this movie?
We should talk about who's in the movie. Yeah.
So, really quick, we got the lead in the movie, Tess, played by Georgina Campbell. I don't know what else she's from. But man, she was fantastic in this movie. She fucking killed it.
She was so good.
She was so good. She was awesome for somebody that I've never seen. I don't think so. I don't know any other movies that she's in. I did a quick look roll, and yeah, she was fantastic as the lead in this movie. Female lead in a horror movie, always. You're gonna root for her, and the entire movie, I was rooting for her, man. I was rooting for her. I wanted her. I was on her side.
I was too, dude. She did a fabulous job. I was skimming through this to see if I recognized anything she's been in, and no, I suck. I didn't really recognize anything. But she's fabulous and needs to be in a million more things because I loved I was totally on board with her in the scary parts and wanted her to live and be safe and all that. But when she was just living her life and dealing with this weird ass situation before it got out of control, I was like, I totally agree with you and I'm on board. Let's be friends.
Yeah.
So, So who else? We got none other than Pennywise himself.
Bill Skarsgård, man, the red herring of this movie, man.
Yep.
You see this movie, man. Yeah, when we talk about this movie, I kind of feel bad for Bill, man, for Keith.
Me too. Yeah. I do too. This guy gets so effed in the face. It's so It's they do a fabulous job. We'll get into that.
Yeah. We got our boy Justin Long, man.
Justin Long.
You love Justin Long.
You
will not love Justin Long in this fucking movie.
I loved his portrayal of this guy who playing a Hollywood asshole Me Too douchebag.
Yeah, big time.
Playing it so well.
Good.
So well.
He's hysterical, man. He's fantastic in this movie.
Yeah, he's a slime bucket that you're like, oh, you're the worst. And then he's just so goofy and silly and charming, and you're like, oh, I just love this guy. Yeah. And then he's the worst again, and you're like, man.
You think, man. Oh, we'll talk about him, man. And
we will.
We will. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's really it. That's who you need to talk about in this movie. There's a couple other people in this movie, but those are the big three. I mean, we can talk about the other people, but I think we're good right there.
I think we're good, dude.
Yeah, I think we're good. So, I guess let's get into the first watch.
Let's get into the first watch.
The first watch, you guys.
There won't be any graphics. I'm just going to put this on YouTube.
Yeah, this got really fucking awkward.
Yeah. I'm going to put in one of those, the more you know, star wipe things at the bottom.
You know what? Maybe I'll throw it in iMovie real quick.
Throw it in iMovie, dude. It'll be awesome. Be a cube.
I'm not doing any of that shit.
So we watched this movie. We watched this movie at a Regal Cinemas. It was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous Regal experience.
It was a wild it felt like Las Vegas.
It did. Yeah.
We walked in and it was just lights, and there was I don't go to a lot of movies anymore, and I was shocked that most of the movie posters are all digital now, and they scared the shit out of me.
Spooky. Yeah.
There was a Dawn of the Dead one, and it moved, and I went, oh, this is not just a regular poster.
I was more scared by the 90s jams that were playing, and the last one was Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah.
It was pretty good.
You want to know?
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the great one, the drummer.
To the great one. What? Alanis Morissette's drummer died?
Yeah.
Is that Taylor Hucking?
Yeah.
He was her drummer?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
And the Foo Fighters hired him after being Alanis Morissette's drummer?
Yeah, they went this is the guy.
That's proof that the Foo Fighters suck. Those guys suck. Look, I'm sorry. I know that Taylor Hawkins, people love the guy.
R.I.P. the great one.
Yeah, he's the best. Yeah, his drumming is fantastic. Anyway, people are sad, and I get it. The guy died tragically. I think, was he jerking off in a closet? Or
fuck, was he?
I think he was. I'm pretty sure. Allegedly.
I mean, that's the thing always.
Yeah, it's usually that.
But isn't that just conspiracy theory stuff? Isn't it like that's how like the Illuminati got you? They make
it look like you were jerking off. And I just think a lot of people probably jerk off in closets, and I don't think it ends well. Like Christina Aguilera doesn't.
I think that's what happened. She was getting dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty. It's about time to jerk off now. Anyway,
fun story. So she did a cover of Max. She did a Maxim spread when she was like dirty Christina. When she was
I remember that. Yeah, and she was dirty.
She was very dirty in it. So I left. I went away to college, and when I came back, I came home for a little while. And I had a Maxim subscription that someone got me for my birthday. I looked at them. I enjoyed the magazine, but I didn't.
What a weird magazine.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was just like Playboy without actual boobs. But anyway, or without intelligent articles either.
Yeah,
it was just like, it was like, doesn't the new Mountain Dew rip ass? You know,
it was like the Axe body spray of magazines.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I remember when I came home, there was some awkwardness because like my dad had died and all that, and we're like cleaning some stuff, and I remember one day I'm like rearranging the furniture in the living room so I can vacuum to be like a good son and to help out. And when I moved the big couch, a stack of Maxim magazines were there. And I'm like, what the hell is all this? I completely forgot that I used to get Maxim magazines.
Oh my
and
God.
The subscription like ran out while I was gone. So like there was a pile of them. I guess they came, and my mom was like, ugh, these dirty smut rags. But they technically belong to my son, so I can't throw them out. So she like stashed them under the couch. I don't understand why she did that. I love you, Mom. But
why did she put them in your room?
Because it wasn't my room anymore. It was my sister's room.
Oh.
She took that. Yeah, so she she piled them under the couch like a possum or like a mouse would, I guess. And I like brought them out, and I'm like, what is, and I just like got so deep into these Maxims because I was like, I've missed all this forever, and I
need this content.
Yeah, and I got to the Christina Aguilera one, and like she's wet and her butthole is out in like every picture, and I'm like, this is fabulous. This is great. But also, it's like, what? Like, my mom should have thrown this one away.
Yeah.
Like, this one's not appropriate for anyone. Like, this isn't okay.
I don't think your mom was looking at them.
I don't think she was looking at them either. I think she was like, another one for the under the couch pile. So
this one is too much, Gabriel.
Yeah. This one's just getting tossed.
There is too much wet butthole in this one.
There's so much butthole in that one. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I was flipping through that one, and I like felt bad, like, oh man, like as if it was like a porno that came to the house, and I was like, I'm such a prude.
No,
like,
man.
Christina, what are you doing? But anyway, so R.I.P. Christina. If you are dead, we feel really bad. If you're not,
sorry.
Perhaps revisit your dirty era, because that was a great time for everyone.
Go back to that. What the fuck are we talking about?
The movie Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Yeah. So anyway, we're in the movie theater. We're listening to Alanis Morissette.
That's how we got here.
Having a great time. Just having the best time ever. It was just the best. Andy had a great joke. It was some other Alanis Morissette song. And what was your joke?
Well, it was just like, oh man, is this the one that she wrote about blowing Dave Coulier?
Yeah.
And we came to the conclusion that all songs, whether it is Alanis Morissette or not, are about either your son dying out of a window or blowing Dave Coulier. Go back and listen to Tears in Heaven. It's actually about blowing Dave Coulier.
Yeah, that's the weird twist on the whole thing. Eric Clapton's like, remember that time I blew Dave Coulier? Cut it out.
We did it.
We did it.
We fucking did it.
We got the video. I got to do the cut it out thing.
We did it, dude. This is great. Don't cut that out.
I won't. There will be zero editing, I promise. So we see this movie. The lights go down. It comes on right away.
I'm eating the best snack I've ever had at a movie theater, you guys. They are these... I thought they were going to be more like licorice, Gabe.
They were Sour Patch straws.
They were weird straws, but they were... This is what you want from your candy, you guys. You want a candy that you're pretty sure... Before they were sold to you, the guy was just sitting on them. Like, because they were the flattest candies I have ever fucking had.
They're supposed to be ropes, like ropes or straws or whatever, and they were paper thin.
They were paper thin. So thin. And there was like a cream inside or something.
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell because they were flat as fuck.
It was great. I had a hot dog. It was a Nathan's. I was doing good.
You see, we're set up. We're in the movie, you guys. Yeah. Lights go down, and we're taken away to a magical place.
Yeah.
Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I made a joke to Gabe. Once again, we're going back to our buddy Aaron. Aaron drove me around beautiful Stockton, California one time. And that's what Detroit also looks like. It's just houses falling apart and burned down.
Yes.
But then also like one nice house in amongst all this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You have a neighborhood where, the houses are held together with trash bags and spray paint.
Yes.
Like that's what's holding the house together. And, but there was one nice boat. We saw that one nice boat. We saw that boat. It was such a nice boat.
That takes the value of the whole neighborhood up.
Absolutely. If you have that kind of disposable income to have a boat, you're going places.
What went wrong that they ditched out? Hoodlums?
Drugs? I think it was the guy kidnapping and raping women on the block. Well, we said that. Yeah. Spoilers. But anyway, so we see this depiction of a very spooky, super scary place called
someplace
Detroit.
That Candyman would hang out.
Yeah, exactly. It's just terrible. It's terrible. It's like when Freddy is like invading dreams.
Yes.
There's like a cute little home and everything else is like super scary. Or like Stranger Things and like the Upside Down. Like one house will be kind of cool and everything else is like bugs and like,
broken apart. Bugs,
It's like anime dick tentacles like all over the place.
Hentais everywhere.
Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you very much.
Of course.
So we meet our character. What's her name?
Tess.
Thank you so much.
Tess is here.
We meet Tess. She's in a frenzy. She goes to the house.
It's raining.
But it's an Airbnb that she's rented, so she should be able to get in, get settled. Everything's fine, except
she can't get in. The key's not there. Lights are off in the house. She's up shit creek, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And who would have thought Airbnb fucking over a customer?
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
Never.
It would never happen.
Oh
dude.
No, that's where we knew this was a work of fiction.
Yeah.
So she's terrified. Rain's falling. She's in Detroit, so she's in a terrible mood. It's a terrible place. I think Jack White is from there.
Yeah.
So
he's in the movie. He's the guy who's walking around playing all his songs.
Oh man, there's so much Jack White stuff. Yeah. He's just like, oh, what the Seven Nation Army. Yeah, I know, it's great. Well, with the other video too, people got to see our flawless
Detroit baby
Jack White impersonations. So anyway, Bill Skarsgård is also there. Turns on the lights, scares everybody.
Because he's Bill Skarsgård. He's the fucking wife.
He's the creepiest creep shit you've ever seen. It's awful.
He's just a scary looking man.
He is. He's terrifying. And the whole time he's playing this guy that you are positive is going to eat her skin.
Yeah,
you are positive.
It is going to be. It is happening.
Yeah.
He's Bill Skarsgård in the house that she's supposed to be Airbnb-ing.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah,
you are a murderer.
Yeah, you immediately go, well, there's your Barbarian. That's the movie. Bill Skarsgård is going to eat her teeth in front of her, and it's going to be the worst. But somehow, she comes in, and it's cool. Tess is making every bad decision that could ever be made. She's making every bad decision, and she's sweet and caring. She's not really trusting, which is weird, because you'd be like, well, that's why she's too trusting. She's really not. So I'd say that's kind of a flaw.
Because it's that thing where she's there. She's in a hard situation. It's raining. It's pouring on her. Detroit rain. So it's that acid rain.
It's that acid rain. Yeah,
it's
bad.
Burning her shit up. And she's just like, I can't stay out in this rain.
No.
I don't want to go in the rental car. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Bill invites her in. Hey, come on in. Make the call from in here. Just be at least dry.
Yeah.
But you don't trust him. Hey, I'm going to get you some tea, he tells her. I'm going to make you some tea.
Yep.
You're not going to drink that fucking tea.
No. There's kid bones in that tea. Don't do it.
He's definitely slipped something in that so he can look at her butthole, from the inside out or something.
Yeah, he's going to look at her butthole before he wears it. Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
That is what this whole opening scene is leading you towards.
Yes.
This man is going to wear her skin the second she falls asleep.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, he's actually a really nice guy. And turns out they have a lot in common, and it's fun. There's even a weird will they, won't they have sex moment.
Yeah, actually, You're like, oh, man, like, what is going to happen?
Yeah.
But he's a gentleman.
He is.
He is a gentleman, and he goes, I'm going to go sleep on the fucking couch.
Yeah, she even almost gives him like a nod, like, well, are we going to do something right now?
Yeah.
And he's like, later, I'm going to go. And he goes, and it's fine. Cut to, she's fast asleep. They were drinking, they were having fun. She's fast asleep, forgot to lock her door.
You always got to lock a door.
Always got to lock a door.
Guys, even if you stay in a hotel room, lock a door. You put that chair in front of that door because
yes, you do.
People can get into your hotel room, and they will, and they're going to look at your butthole.
They will. They're going to look at your butthole. That's
you're going to
you
wake
were warned
up
here on the show.
You're going to wake up, and there's going to just be a little man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's going on with that butthole?
Yeah, he's got a microscope.
He's just like looking
just
inside.
Like, oh, yeah, I know. It happens every single day, no matter what hotel you're in.
Even in your own house, you guys.
Yeah.
If you ever wake up and you were wearing sheets and now the sheets are off you, you weren't warm. No, someone pulled them off and looked at your butthole.
Yeah.
Think about that.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah. Just grow up, okay? It's a fact of life.
This is life, you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she wakes up and she's certain that someone's looked at her butthole.
She's positive and she's angry, as we all are when we realize that that's happened. But what wakes her up is a creakiness of the door, and then one of the scariest fucking like whisper sound things ever.
Yeah.
And while she's groggy, and that's great because you can't have the whisper sound to wake her up.
Yeah.
It was the door creak because she's like, whoa, I'm in an unfamiliar place. The door creaked. I locked that door. At the very least, I closed it. You did not lock it, madam.
She was all wine drunk.
She was wine drunk. But as she's groggy, like, did I hear a thing? Then she hears the whisper. It freaks her out. Skarsgård's out there having some weird PTSD stuff that we don't quite know what's up, but you're like, this guy's the bad guy.
This guy's the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes up to him. And he's just fucking talking in his sleep. He's having a nightmare.
He's having a nightmare, and he's freaked out. She wakes him up, and he's genuinely scared.
Yeah.
And
what the fuck's wrong with you or something?
Yeah, he's like so mad. He's just like, I was just trying to lure children away with my balloons.
Yeah.
my favorite dream.
Oh, hey, Georgie.
Oh, don't do that.
We all float down here, Georgie.
Don't do that. You did the eyes, too, with it. I don't want that.
That's my giving my son a bath voice, by the way.
Oh, dude, don't do that.
Oh, hey, Georgie.
Don't do that.
You got
I'm going to call CPS on you.
You're going to float down here, Georgie.
I'm calling them right now. I'm going to say, yes, hello, Child Protective Services. Yeah, he does the it voice while giving his son a bath. You'll arrest him immediately? Thank you.
No!
I've sent them a pin. We're good. Yeah, so anyway, I don't want to do a scene-by-scene, breakdown of this movie, but...
Well, we'll hit the big ones, but this is all lead-up, I think.
This is the preamble.
To the Barbarian.
The Barbarian. Yeah.
Because you're certain Bill Skarsgård is the Barbarian.
You're certain he's it. She makes it through the night, everything's fine, and you're like, ooh, it's a new day, everything's good. She's in town for some job interview thing.
For some bullshit.
Exactly. She goes and does it, whatever, it's
She looks at butt plugs or something like that. It's a convention.
It's a convention. She's measuring butt plugs, she's weighing them for the heft.
I missed part of this movie, right, Pete? No, because I was looking at my fucking sad candy.
You had your flat, paper
so
thin.
Fucking flat.
Yeah.
It was so dark, I finally got some light. I was looking at it again like... So fucking flat.
See, I had already eaten my hot dog during the previews.
Oh.
And I was really sad. I wanted at least 3 more.
I was surprised you didn't get up and go get another hot dog.
I was going to do that, but I was like, I got to see Bill Skarsgård eat this lady.
Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So she does her interview. It's great. She wins Butt Plug Champion of the Year.
Yes.
She comes back to the house, and she's like, oh, I have to stay here for some reason. That, by the way, makes no sense. The whole movie posits that apps like Expedia and Hotel.com and Hopper and all these other things like Kayak, all these things don't exist in this world. Phones exist.
Phone exists, yeah.
And they have Wi-Fi and full connectivity and everything like that. But there's no apps that allow you to get a room because there's a convention in town. It is Detroit. I have been to Detroit. It is a huge, huge place. There are so many hotels. I guarantee, even if every convention that exists on Earth was being hosted the same weekend in Detroit, there'd at least be one room at like a Red Roof Inn. You'd be fine.
She's already willing to drive from the most rundown suburb of Detroit.
Yes.
That there's not another side of it where like families and stuff live. You know, there's other options for this lady. But this is the biggest butt plug convention.
I mean,
ever.
This is anyone who's who in butt play stuff. This is where they go.
You know what? So you know what? Maybe it does check out. Detroit is big for butt stuff.
They're way into their butt stuff, dude. Detroit.
Yeah.
Jack White.
He
Guy loves
butts.
it. He brought the butt stuff. He just loves it.
That's what that icky thump is about.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely icky
about
back there.
butts.
Yeah. So anyway, Jack White sucks. And she's back at the house because she's going to stay there for an indeterminate amount of time. She's going to stay there for days for some reason.
This is where it leads to. Speaking of butts.
Yeah.
She's been in this house for a day.
Oh yeah,
but she keeps having to use the bathroom. That's the one thing.
She is in that bathroom conservatively 6 times in a 9-hour span, and
she has a
every
travel
time
gut.
she's shitting.
She's having a travel gut.
Every
time
she
reaches for the toilet paper.
Yeah,
it's not there. She can't find anywhere. She can't find anymore. So what you have to do, of course, you have to go down to the scariest basement ever committed to film.
Yes. Yeah. She's like looking all around. There's no toilet paper. That's the other thing I love about this is she either A, took a giant dump and is like, oh no, there's no toilet paper.
Yep.
So then she pulls her pants up and is walking around with mess back there, with pure icky thump back there. And then she goes down and finds the toilet paper. Or B, she didn't take a dump, but she really has to.
Yes.
What we're about to get into now is definitely she shit her pants in a minute.
You're right. Yeah, it's
one or the other.
Either she's got the mess or
she's making the mess.
Oh my gosh, you're right. You're right. So, because down in the basement, you guys, it goes from horrible to way worse, and it just progressively gets worse. Like
it does.
There's no situation in this next bit that is like, oh, there's like I guess there's one little ray of hope when the killer comes back, when Skarsgård comes back to the house.
Yeah.
So she gets down there, she gets locked down the basement, you guys. And of course, as you're down in a locked basement, you start looking for a way out.
Yeah.
Sure, that might lead you to a window that's right there that you can probably get open if you try.
Very easily.
But it might also lead you to finding, I don't know, a hidden room in a basement, you guys.
Yeah.
And this is where the real spoilers begin, you guys. So
yes. Yeah.
You're on board now. Strap in.
So she's looking for whatever she can find, finds a rope that goes to a hole in the wall, pulls on the rope, which makes the wall open. Now, it's very creepy and very effective. When the door opens, you're like, yeah, duh, that was a door. Like, it wasn't hidden seamlessly in the wall. It was clearly a door with some shit in front of it.
It wasn't the Beetlejuice wall where it comes out with the brick and shit. No.
Exactly. No, it was just you pull on a thing and then the door opens.
Yeah, there's hinges and everything. You're like, oh, yeah, that's a door.
That's definitely a door. So, and then it's a door to complete blackness. Just darkness personified in this possibly shape-filled room. You don't know what it is, but you're like, there's something in there.
There's something,
I can see something moving. I catch a glimmer of something. I don't know what it is. So she makes the joke, nope, and she walks away, leaving the door open.
Yes.
Sitting on the steps, kind of thinking, what am I to do? And the blackness of the open door is right there, and you're like, ooh, things are going to go bad for you.
Yes.
You're going to go full Christina Aguilera on this.
They're going to get really dirty.
It's going to be so dirty. Oh, you're hitting my mic.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
I wiggle too much.
You're so wiggly. And so she rigs up this mirror thing to have the light hit the mirror and shine in because she's left her cell phone upstairs.
Yep.
She's
left everything upstairs.
Yeah, she has nothing. She has the key to the place in her pocket.
Which is great.
Yeah, super helpful. So she does that. Curiosity gets the best of her. She shines a tiny bit of light into this room, which is still pitch black, by the way.
Pitch black.
Walks in to the end of the room, opens it, finds a tiny little, like, prisoner sex dungeon place.
There's a bed, the dirtiest bed you've ever seen. The Christina Aguilera of beds is in there.
Oh, so dirty.
A camera, a fucking old ass camera,
like
that
VHS camera.
You know, there's fucking people being murdered and being sexified on that camera. Like there's no way, there's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
And the coup de grace, just a bloody handprint on the wall. To which, no, you're breaking out of that fucking basement immediately after that.
Yeah, exactly. There's no civility or nothing. There's no like, oh, I might lose my deposit. No, you're breaking
fucking
everything.
done.
Yeah, you're throwing your entire body weight and all of your soul into the door to break it down.
Yes.
She does the same thing. She runs out of there, and who's waiting for her? Bill, eat your face and butthole Skarsgård.
He's right there.
He's right there. He opens the thing. She gives him the key. Boom. She's running out, and she's like, we got to go.
We got to get out of here.
We got to get out of here. There's a sex dungeon thing in here. It's the worst. I got to leave. And he's like,
no,
hang on. You're crazy. It's a room with a bed and a camera. What could be wrong?
You're crazy. Like, I need to see this.
Yeah.
I need to see this.
At which point you go like, okay, he's going to lure you down there.
He's luring you down
and
there.
He's going to put hooks in your boobs.
This guy is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Look at this ploy.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, come back down here and look at it with me.
Yeah.
No. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she does. She's just staying up there.
Yeah.
Until all of a sudden you don't hear him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Keith, where are you? Nothing. Radio silence from this dude. You're like, fuck. Classic move, Skarsgård.
Yep.
I hear you. I see what you're doing.
Yep.
So she goes back down there. He's nowhere to be found.
Nope.
What the shit? Magician man.
He is.
So we know that he's hiding in the darkness somewhere. We know it.
Yeah.
He's there, waiting for that butthole. Chum, 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 chum. I'm going to get it.
He's going to pull a full Eric Clapton on you.
Yes.
And he's going to blow you in a theater. So she goes, can't find the dildo anywhere, and you're on pins and needles. You're like, we're going to die. It's going to be the worst.
The tension is so thick right here.
It is.
It is the opposite of my candy.
Exactly. It was more like my hot dog.
It was like his hot dog.
It was thick and beefy.
Yeah.
That was the tension. So she's feeling around. There's a little bit of resistance against the wall, to which she then pulls it open and reveals
another fucking tunnel. Like, it's just this.
But this time down, Andy.
It's just downward steps, to which you're like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're down there, Billy boy. You're not going to get this butt or these tits.
Yeah, exactly. Not happening. And then what does he do? He screams for help.
Yeah.
And it clearly sounds like he is having a hard time. At which point she should have said, I'm going to go get help.
Yes.
I'll be back. And if he screamed more, she'd be like, what did I just say?
Yeah.
And then she leaves. I accept no.
Yeah.
She goes down there. It's super scary. It's crazy.
Because she's a hero.
She's
like, I'm going to go see what's going on.
She is. She's like, there's an injustice. I'm going to right the wrongs of the world. Way to go, madam. You're fabulous. You're going to die, but way to go.
She has her phone or something at this point. She has a little bit of light with her, right?
She has,
she has light.
her phone. Yeah.
And you're like, he's down here. He's waiting. And then sure enough, what comes crawling out of the darkness? Pennywise himself.
Bill Skarsgård. Literally crawling on his hands and knees. Genuinely, I screamed.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa! Like, this guy!
Yeah.
Holy shit. It was just creepy. And shame on me. The guy's just creepy as shit looking. He just looks so creepy.
He just looks fucking hella creepy.
I just can't imagine a woman or man living with him. I just can't imagine.
Because you think he's going to eat you the entire
whole time. I'd just be like,
I don't know about you, Gabe. At this point, I'm still thinking he's the bad guy, right?
Absolutely.
Like, yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I was like, he's like, well, I just got bit. No, we need to go this way.
Yeah, he says, someone bit me. And she's like, we need to go. And she's pulling him like to go back the direction she came. He then goes, no, we have to go this way. Deeper into the hole, deeper into the dark. So then you go like, okay, someone bit you back there. You want to go back there? You're the bad guy.
You're the bad guy, Bill.
Clear as a bell. And then...
You get it.
And then you get it. Barbarian shows up.
Barbarian shows up. Big old honkers. Teeth for days.
This woman, played by a dude,
yes,
is conservatively 8.5 feet tall.
20 feet tall woman.
20 feet tall woman.
I think I yelled at that point. I went, "That's a big bitch."
You certainly did. You certainly did.
Because it's a big bitch.
It's a huge bitch. She's gigantic. She's she's at least 29 feet. She's the size of the Hindenburg. And she's naked and gross with hair everywhere. big old weird tits that go like this sideways.
Yeah. Sideways tits. Yeah. And huge nails.
Huge, giant, scary nails, and like Sloth from Goonies teeth.
Yeah. You ever seen Van Helsing?
Oh yeah, of course I have.
She
it's my
looks
favorite
like
movie.
She looks like Frankenstein. What?
She does look like Frankenstein.
She looks like Frankenstein.
Yeah. So she runs up. Tess is like, yo, shit. Bill Skarsgård doesn't get to say anything because he gets his head grabbed and then smashed over and over again until his face doesn't exist anymore.
Until no more head.
Yeah, there's no more head.
Just no more head. Just smashed to smithereens.
At which point, Andy and I look at each other and we're like, he probably wasn't the bad guy.
Yeah, he probably wasn't the bad guy. And you go back and you think about all the shit that he was just a great dude.
He was so sweet. He was trying to help her. He was a gentleman, and he was definitely who he said he was.
Yeah.
Like this.
You just feel so bad for him. Like, she scared him awake at night. Like, hey, you're making weird noise. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I had a bad dream. Like, don't be mean.
And he was such a sweetheart. He made her tea.
He waited to drink the wine until she saw that he opened it.
There's this bottle of wine that's like, oh, he's definitely going to poison that wine. The whole time I'm thinking it, like, please, like, I'll open it in front of you and we can just, this is awkward as shit. Like, we both rented this Airbnb.
Yeah.
This is really fucking weird and sucks.
Yeah.
I'm here for the butthole convention.
Yeah. And she's like, I am too.
Yeah.
This is what we have in common.
This sucks.
So he's so dead.
He's so dead. This poor dude.
And it's like insane tension. This giant barbarian woman. She's not dressed like a barbarian, by the way. She's not like a Viking or anything like that. She's just a naked giant woman.
Naked giant woman.
Yeah.
Like all barbarians are.
Like all barbarians.
All barbarians are.
So then she like screams at Tess. Smash cut to Alfa Romeo Spider driving on on PCH, the California one, baby. Vistas for days. Justin Long singing along to a silly 80s song.
He's having the time of his life.
It's great.
His day can't get any better.
No.
It won't.
And it won't. Because, then he gets a call where they're like, hey, you're a Me Too piece of shit. You're getting kicked out of all your things. It's the device to get him from L.A. off back to Detroit, where he owns some property. He's going to go and sell off property so he has money to pay for his legal drama that's about to start. It's a great little device. It's a wonderful little departure. They set up his character in like 3 minutes, and you know exactly who this dude is, and it's great. They do a hell of a job with that.
He's fantastic. It's kind of the opposite of Skarsgård too.
Yeah.
Because you're the whole time you never trust Bill. You're just like, fuck this guy. You are the barbarian. You are the killer.
Yeah.
But Justin Long, he's singing along. They're talking about, hey, they think you attacked this woman, you know. They use the R word, you guys.
Yeah.
And like, hey, we think you sexually assaulted this woman. And he's like, what? No. It's Justin Long. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, Justin Long's a good dude.
Yeah,
right?
he's a good guy. He got a raw deal in Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, he got a raw deal in Jeepers Creeper. He must be getting a raw deal here, right?
It's gotta be it, yeah.
And then, of course, it's a great scene. He goes out with his buddy, his Detroit friend. He's going out.
Back in town.
And you find out he's a piece of shit,
yes,
dude.
Yes, you do.
You find out real quick.
Yeah.
Not only are all the Me Too stuff about him true.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
This guy fucking sucks.
He's the worst. He's the worst.
So
he gets back, and you're like, oh, he's drunk. It's the middle of the night. Barbarian's going to come eat him in his sleep. Nope.
No Barbarian.
It's a slow burn. We go about his day. He pieces a few things together like, hey, people are here. I'm mad. I'm going to see what's up. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's him just yelling at people on the phone for a little while. Just him like,
why are people in my house?
Why are people in my house? Like, yeah, you can deal with that. Bye. Like, they just hang up on him constantly.
It's great. What he needed to do was get a new service that handles his house because they're doing a terrible job. But because according to their paperwork, no one was renting the place, which leads you to believe, are those people in cahoots with Barbarian?
Oh.
But they can't be because it's Barbarian. She doesn't talk to people, and she certainly isn't negotiating Airbnb postings and all that.
But it's a weird part of town, man. The cops don't want to be there.
Yeah, the cops don't. Yeah, you're right. I guess Barbarian could get on the phone. She could say mama and stuff. Like, maybe she figured it out.
Maybe she got it.
Anyway, so the long and the short of it, Justin Long goes down there because... he wants to sell his house. And he goes in the basement. He finds the hidden door. He finds the secret corridor and the secret room. He's not fazed for a second.
Yeah.
Runs back upstairs, starts Googling, can I add this square footage to the house to sell it for more?
Yeah.
It's genius and so funny.
It's so funny.
He then goes on this adventure in the scary basement and the sex dungeon with a tape measure.
He's just measuring.
And he's measuring and he's getting like the measurements and he's making a mental note.
He's thinking about that square footage.
Yeah.
In his mind, he's just thinking like, some future buyer, they're going to blow out this wall. Open concept. This is what they got. Barnyard doors.
Yeah.
What's that shit that fucking... that piece of shit on HGTV always uses, that shiplap or whatever it is.
Shiplap.
That fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I'm going to get some shiplap here.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
And a cantilevered ceiling.
It's going to fucking open everything up.
We're going to get Jack White to do the intro to the video when we put it up on Realtor.
You know what he could do? He could do the upholstery.
He could. I heard he does that.
He apparently did the couch on the Conan O'Brien show. Or
there you
shit.
go. Yeah, something like that. So anyway,
back in, Jack White.
You're in.
You're in.
So he's doing this. He bumps into the door and he finds the scary tunnel even further down.
Oh, he's got to be scared now, right?
No, he's not scared at all. He's like, well, I'm gonna need a flashlight.
Yeah.
And he goes and finds a flashlight, and he's and he does go. He does get though when he thinks that there's someone down there before he measures. He does go get a small steak knife.
Yeah, the smallest knife.
The smallest knife he can find. He gets it and he puts it like in his belt. He's not fazed at all because he's like, clearly no one's down here. And he measures going down the steps.
It's the funniest
backwards.
shit.
It's so good. He does such a great job. It's so good. So then anyway, eventually he bumps into, he gets spooked by Berserker. What's the name?
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
The Barbarian shows up.
Barbarian
and he's like,
shows
oh shit,
up.
that's right. I'm in a terrifying situation.
Yeah.
I need to get my mind off the square footage.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about the shiplap.
Yeah.
Focus on the fact that I'm in a sex tunnel.
Yeah.
And there's a barbarian down here.
There's a barbarian, and she's 35 feet tall. She's running at me. Tits for days. Oh, man, we're going to write songs about those titties.
You shortly find out why those tits are so big, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because she gets him. The barbarian, boom, snatches up our Justin Long. And we're like, oh, shit. Dunzo, we're gonna go somewhere else now in the story. No, he gets thrown down in a pit there, and you're like, what the fuck? Why is he in this pit? Who's there, Gabe?
Tess is there.
She didn't die.
She didn't die. She's actually doing great. She's got a glow about her because she's drinking fermented breast milk.
She's drinking mama's milk, baby.
Yep, exactly.
These big old honkers are full of sweet, sweet mama dairy.
There's so much milk, and this barbarian is actually just a loving mom.
She's just a loving mom.
Trying to take care of her babies.
She has this video that she's been watching on repeat of how to take care of a baby.
Yeah.
And that's all she wants.
That's all she wants. So you've heard the Ace of Base song, All That She Wants Is Another Baby. It was written about the Barbarian.
First it was written about blowing Dave Coulier.
Well, yeah, of course it's about blowing Dave Coulier because that will get you a baby, as we all know.
Exactly. We all know it.
Yeah, and then Ace of Base, I think her name is Cumlerton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Cumlerton was like, I'm going to write this also about Barbarian.
About Barbarian babies, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway.
It's a beautiful song. Listen to it.
It's great. All That She Wants. So, then we basically, she's trying to
have her baby.
She's trying to feed them titty milk, and it's a weird thing, but you go with it. And then smash cut to the story of how the house got made, right?
And it's wild because it's this old man in like the 50s.
Yeah.
Once again, he's probably conservatively 29 years old, but he looks like he's like 65 years old.
Looks like he's 65, yeah.
And he's just a guy going out and shopping for, he's going to have a baby at home.
Yeah, he's going to have a baby at home. And he's getting all the stuff.
He's picking up plastic sheets and diapers and all this shit. And you're like, wow, he's a 50s dad, but he's a good dad. He's out there. He's getting the stuff.
Yeah, we hear he's doing it on his own.
He's doing it on his own,
he has no midwife, no help at all.
He's just a good guy. Until you see him stalking a woman. Mm-hmm. He backs up and he goes like, hey, that lady over there, I think I'm going to follow her home.
Yep.
And he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes into her house dressed up as Carlos, a guy from the city who's checking on water. And he unlocks a window, and you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah. This dude is a predator.
Yeah. Maybe this dude is bad.
Maybe this is the real Barbarian.
Maybe.
And, you know, he goes back home, and all his neighbors are kind of there watching him. They're like, hey, what's up, fucking guy? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
I think his name was Fredger.
Fredger. Yeah. Hey, Fredger, how's it going? Hey, I wanted to tell you, Fredger, we're going to put up a sign. We got to get out of this fucking city. There's somebody in this neighborhood that's fucking keeps stealing everybody.
Steals people and rapes them and has babies with them, and then has the babies have more babies.
Rather than trying to figure it out, we got to get the fuck out of this neighborhood.
We're just leaving. That's almost word for word a conversation that happens with a neighbor that they have.
And he's just like, I'm fucking staying.
Yeah.
Wow. I hope we find out who the guy is that's doing all this horrible stuff.
Yeah.
I'm fucking staying.
Yeah.
I wonder who it could be, Fredger.
Yeah, I hope it's not you. I hope you don't get hurt.
I heard the missus was screaming really bad the other night. It sounded like there was 3 or 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
It's weird how she does that voice.
It's pretty good. The neighbor is Kurt Braunohler.
Yeah, Kurt.
And he's so funny. But yeah, he was just great in this. A little cameo was fun. But yeah, so that's what you find out. You find out, oh, this guy's terrible. He's the father of Barbarian.
Yeah.
And then there's like, we go back to Justin Long and Tess in the thing. She escapes by the hair of her chinny chin chin. Barbarian almost grabs her, but she breaks out of the basement through the little window thing. Her knight in shining armor is there because Bill Skarsgård had his face turned into not a face anymore. She has a beautiful hobo prince.
Yeah, this guy who's just there.
Yeah.
There to save her. Lawrence Fishburne wasn't available? Or?
Yeah, they got a guy who was kind of like Lawrence Fishburne from John Wick.
Yeah, exactly. And he comes and gets her and pulls her out. He's just like, hey, I'm going to teach you the secrets. Come to the water tower with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the history of Rape House. You know? And he does, and she's like, thank you, O wise one.
Yeah.
And he's like, and here we must part ways. And he just like gives her a hobo blessing, and then she goes to a gas station and calls
it's like
the
Forrest
cops.
Whitaker, that what was that Ghost Dog movie? He was homeless in that movie, wasn't he?
Are you talking about Radio? Or he's like the
No, Ghost Dog, or he was like a martial artist, but he was like weird and homeless.
I don't know. Ghost Dog? Like that's a no for me, dog?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've never heard of this movie.
It's a movie called Ghost Dog, and he's Forrest Whitaker, but he's like a homeless samurai, and he knows the ancient ways or some shit. Disregard this whole conversation. You don't know this reference at all.
I don't, but now I have to watch this. Yeah. Is it Ghost D-A-W-G?
No, D-O-G.
Oh, well,
he's the ghost dog.
I'm not into it. No.
It's like the Meteor Man.
It needs to be D-A-W-G. Like
Ghost
that's a
dog.
no for me, dog.
That'd be cool, too.
Yeah. Anyway, Forrest Whitaker sucks.
Yeah.
So Hobo Prince takes her, all good. But no, it's not. I feel like we should zoom forward to the end.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it.
Yeah. So Justin Long and Tess get out.
Get out.
Tess goes back to save Justin Long because she's a super good person.
Because she's the best person ever.
Yeah, exactly.
And the guy's telling her, the hobo guy, we need to reference that. He's like, you can't be here at night.
Oh, yeah.
Because Barbarian.
And he teases, he says, she's not even the worst thing that's down there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, there's going to be more barbarians, and they're going to be dudes or a big spider maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It's going to be Maybe scary. It's like a fucking, there's a Pennywise in that house.
There was a Pennywise in the house. There could be the original spider down there in the catacombs.
But he's like, don't be here at night. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because Tess is the hero, she's there at night. And she's like, I'm going to fucking take down every fucking thing.
Yeah. No weapons. No thought. No plan. She's just like, it's the right thing to do. And I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
I love her. She's so good. So we basically, she ends up, because she's there at night, Barbarian comes out. Tess just plows Barbarian with her car. And you're like, oh. Movie's over.
Runs her ass down.
She runs her down. She stops breathing.
She stops breathing. She's
dies
done.
on the hood. You're like, okay, you're good. Everything's fine. Meanwhile, Justin Long's having an adventure down in the catacombs where he finds old Papa Barbarian.
Old Papa Barbarian's
and
there.
This dude is not long for this world.
He is there with his trophies of videotapes of all the women he's...
Abused.
Oh, they're disgusting, man. Like, it's just like Janet, Screamer... Bridget, Puker,
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my gosh, dude. So this old man's been sitting down in this fucking tunnels. Earlier too, when we see the old man for the first time, there's just a shovel that's there perfectly, like in the foreground, and that this dude is like been down there just digging out his fucking house, like digging down into the depths of Detroit. Getting down to the real heart of rock and roll.
that is definitely the heart of rock and roll, and it is still beating. For a little bit until he isn't alive anymore. I won't spoil everything. I feel like we should leave at least 3 seconds of this movie.
That's the big thing. What happens to Papa Barbarian?
Yeah, exactly.
Find out what happens to Papa Barbarian, you guys.
So Justin Long comes out. Hobo Prince saves them both by giving them safe passage to the water tower.
Well, before that, Tess is down there, and she's just like, hey, I'm here to save you, Justin Long. I'm here to save you. To which Justin Long's found a gun. He just has a flashlight. He's trying to get the fuck out of there. He ends up shooting poor Tess.
Yeah, he shoots her in the tummy. It's just...
So this poor woman is now fucking shot in the gut.
Yeah.
And they go up. And Barbarian's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. She's out there.
It's nighttime. So they're going, and they're like, we're in trouble. This is bad. She's bleeding. At this point, you think he's redeemed himself, and he's going to be a good person.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like, he shot her, and he's like, he feels terrible, and he's carrying her over his shoulder. He's like, we're going to go. We're going to get there.
He even says, it's like, maybe I'm not a bad guy. I just did a bad thing. I'm a good guy that did a bad thing. We've all been there. We've all made mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a piece of shit that made a really bad mistake.
He made a really bad mistake, but he's crying and he seems penitent, and he's like, I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna do the right thing, and then
it's set up perfect.
It's so good. It's so good. Hobo Man is like, you're safe here. Everything's good.
I've lived in this neighborhood for years.
For 15 years.
She can't get in here. There's no way in the hell she'll ever get in here.
As soon as he finishes the sentence, Barbarian goes full Kool-Aid Man, breaking through the wall, saying like, oh yeah! Runs up, pulls the dude's arm off. It's the greatest. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Beats the guy senseless with his own arm. It's so good. And then she eats him or something.
Yeah, I don't know what she does to these people after she brutalizes them.
I don't know. Yeah. And then their plan is, let's run to the top of the water tower.
Yeah, because that's stairs. Stairs are Barbarian's greatest weakness.
Greatest weakness. She doesn't do 97 steps every single night running up and going and exploring the neighborhood. Anyway, they get up to the top of this. Justin Long fumbles in this cutest way, drops the gun, loses it, as Barbarian's running up to get him. He has this moment where he's like, we're dead. There's no stopping this thing. We're dead. Tess is like huffing and puffing because getting upstairs when you've got a bullet in your tummy is difficult.
It's hard.
And he's
no
like,
amount of cardio training is going to get you there.
Oh, no. You just got to power through.
Yeah.
And he's like, in the split second thing, he grabs her and just throws her off the water tower as a pure piece of shit.
He says something like, she can't get us both or something like that. Like, she can't catch me if she gets you or some shit.
Yeah, something like that.
And he throws her off the fucking water tower.
He throws her off the water tower. She's falling. The trajectory in which she's falling, you're like, she's going to get decapitated by the fence.
Yes.
And then Barbarian looks at him like, what did you just do? And he's like, go get your baby. Yeah. Cut to POV of Tess falling. So you are seeing through her eyes Barbarian do a nosedive off. It is one of the funniest visuals I've ever seen in my life. It's awesome. So funny. And then thud, Justin Long's like, I did it. We're good. And he sees blood coming out of everyone's head, and he's like, we're good. He comes down there. He finds the gun. He's like, okay, I'm going to give her an old double tap. Tess is alive by some miracle. Tess is alive. It looks like...
You know why? The love of a mother.
Mama must have got her, cradled her and braced her on the fall.
They got the 2 airbags right there.
Those big old milkers.
Those big old milkers just kept her alive.
Kept her fed for weeks while she was down there and kept her alive on the fall. Absolutely. Everything was A-okay. So, so he's trying to help her. And the best part is he's like, I had no choice. I had to do it. And then you slipped. And I had nothing I could do.
You were falling on your own.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're a piece of shit,
yeah,
man.
you're like, you piece of shit. I hope Tess kills you.
Too bad this fucking barbarian's dead.
Yeah.
And like,
exactly.
I wish it could have got you.
Exactly.
You deserve to get got.
Right. Wait a minute. But Barbarian
comes back for one last got ya.
One last gotcha. Exactly. This is her 9th time surviving. She comes up.
And
she has
a way with heads.
You got to see how Justin Long gets finished because it's great.
It's great.
It's really great.
Worth the price of admission.
It is, the most crowd-pleasing death ever. You're just so on board. And then Barbarian goes back to being Mama Bear, trying to take care of her baby. She's like crying that Tess got hurt. Yeah. And it's kind of a sad moment. It's like a weirdly sad thing where you feel bad for Barbarian for a minute.
Yeah.
And then Tess is like not even hiding the fact that she's getting Justin Long's gun.
Yeah.
And then in a weird thing, Barbarian lets her shoot her in the head.
Yeah. Just like,
and I know that's the biggest spoiler of them all.
Yeah. But you're kind of just like, wait a minute, what just happened? Why did she have to? I guess because she's a barbarian, she's just going to keep coming after her. Like, this needs to end.
Yeah, I think she's like, you're hurt. You're probably going to die. Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. I've made my peace. It still didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But boom, gunshot, end of the movie. We see Tess going off, being safe. 5 stars.
5 stars.
I loved it. I had so much fun. I loved this movie.
I love this movie. Is it the scariest movie in years? Absolutely not. No way. But it is a fun-ass ride, you guys.
It is. It is really fun. You know what movie it reminded me of was, and I'm going to butcher the name of it, but it was like, it was a very similar vibe where the killer was the old guy who was blind.
Oh,
See No Evil?
No, that's the one with Kane.
Oh, yeah.
Blind Spot.
It's The Blind Side.
The Blind Side.
Yeah, the blind man's bluff.
Ghost Dog.
Is it Ghost Dog?
I think it's Ghost Dog.
Damn it. Blonde
Catch
came
Me If
up.
You Can.
Yeah, anyway, there's a movie where the guy's like putting a turkey baster up ladies' buttholes to make babies.
Shit.
That's literally one of the scenes.
There.
Fuck. But not a butthole.
Oh.
In the vagina. But anyway, it's a blind guy, and he's a bad guy.
I think it's called Catch Me If You Can.
I don't think that's the one.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Are you thinking Castaway?
Castaway.
That's
with the fucking Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio. He plays the ball, and he's like, I'm a ball.
I'm a fucking ball.
I'm a ball. Play volleyball with me, you idiot.
Tommy, come get me. Come get me. He's floating away. Tommy, come get me.
And Tom Hanks is like, these are my slow legs, Lieutenant Ball. I can't run on water. And he runs after the ball. And
everyone loves it. It's
everyone loves that movie. It's so good. But he's blind, and he's trying to rape a bunch of chicks in the movie, too. Anyway,
I never saw that one, though.
It's really good. I'll look it up later, and maybe we'll put it in the notes or something like that, because I feel bad. But it was great.
I see new business coming.
Yeah, it's going to be something. Yeah, something coming. But anyway, it's great. Would you let your kids watch this movie?
I was thinking about that on the drive back over here.
Yeah.
Would I let the kids see it? Possibly. I don't know if this movie has staying power enough. Horror is a big place in my heart. You know, I have the ones we're gonna see. We're gonna see the first Halloween. We're gonna see Nightmare on Elm Street. We're gonna watch all the Jason movies because they are the stupidest movies ever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Right now, if he sees this movie, cool. I think it's a cool little movie and everything. But I don't know if it's something I'm gonna go out of my way to show him right now. I don't know what the Barbarian world's gonna look like. Is this gonna launch 15 other Barbarian movies and they're gonna all be this weird little thing? So right now I have no problem with the kids seeing it.
Yeah,
I think it's perfectly fine. I don't know if I'm gonna go on my way to make him see it. I don't know.
Gotcha.
What about you, man? I'm curious. What the kids? What are they gonna get Barbarian out?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I thought about that too. Right after the movie was done. And yeah, I'm gonna let them see them when they get older. Probably 12 or 13 or something. Maybe a little later. Maybe 14.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, because I want them to see. Again, I don't know what the future is gonna hold. But I want them to see what happens when you make stupid mistakes in the modern age. Because the old classics, I feel the same. Everyone has to watch Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
Like that's mandatory. And yeah, the Jason movies are super fun and silly. And those teach you things like, hey, stay out of the woods.
Yeah.
Like don't do that. Maybe don't have sex with someone you just met in the middle of an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
Like it's probably not a great idea. But this type of thing where it's like it's an honest mistake. Hey, I booked on this place, Airbnb. I didn't check the neighborhood to make sure it wasn't in shambles. The house was cute, had good reviews. I'm good. And then, stranger danger and all that sort of stuff. This movie, I think, is textbook to show you like what not to do.
Yeah.
Because if Tess had said, "Oh, you booked it too," when Pennywise opened the door, she should have said like, "Oh, my bad. I'll call them and I'll get it figured out, but you have a nice night." And when the guy's like, "No, come inside and just call from here," she should have said like, "No, I'm good, man. Get back in that Jeep and drive into the city where it's bright and lit. Go to a Target, go to a Walmart 24 hours, sit in the parking lot there, do it. Go into Walmart and do it. Ain't nobody getting hurt at Walmart except for the person that the baby shot, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he shoot someone in a Walmart?
I think he did.
Yeah, but whatever. That guy's a piece of shit. So
The baby.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it happened. I'm pretty sure he did that.
Nelly.
No, Nelly peed on everybody. Oh no, that's R. Kelly.
Fucking R. Kelly.
Nelly's actually a good one, right?
Yeah, I
like
think
he
so.
didn't do anything.
R. Kelly's the piece of shit.
Yeah, R. Kelly's definitely a piece of shit, but like Nelly's like the good rapper guy. Like, isn't he?
Yeah,
like,
he did that country grammar.
Yeah. Well, he did that great. It's getting hot in here. He did that song. It's so good. And that's what you used to think when you'd wake up and your sheets were off. But now a little guy was looking at your butthole.
Yeah. Nice.
Andy, do you have any recommendations?
I do this week. You know what I'm recommending? I'm recommending a little movie called Barbarian. I recommend that you all go see this movie, you guys. It is a nonstop, fun-ass ride. It's start to finish. Fantastic. It's going to keep you guessing unless you listen to this podcast, which I hope you did. Share with a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Gabe, what about you? Do you have any recommendations this week?
I thought about giving that as my recommendation, but the whole idea is if they listen to this up to this point, we have ruined the movie for them. So, I mean, still go see it, honestly.
Go see it.
Still go see
Support
it.
horror.
You'll have a great time.
Support horror.
Exactly. Even though we ruined everything, go see it for Justin Long's performance alone.
Yes.
He's so great in this. I love him. My recommendation is that, go see it. But also, if you haven't heard them yet, I've probably already talked about it once before, but damn are they catchy and fun. And I'm not even into emo music. The band is called Grey Wind.
You're still on the Grey Wind.
They're so good. They're so good. I'm on the Grey Wind. I'm sure I recommended them before. Listen to Grey Wind. They're like Scottish emo. Have a great time. It's wonderful.
I love it, man. That's great, you guys. You know what we're doing, you guys. Every single week, we're here. We're making it happen.
Oh, yeah.
We're on the fucking moon, you guys. I don't know.
So much enthusiasm.
We got it. We're on a video now. I'm looking at you, looking at me, listening to this.
We're staring at your buttholes.
We're doing it. It's actually us. Oh, man. I'm blowing out everyone's ears.
I know.
Anyway, you guys, you know where to find us all the time. We're on all the socials now, including YouTube now. So you're going to watch us. Who Lets You Pod on all that stuff. Send us an email. Who's looking at your butthole? Send us an email to wholetsyupod@gmail.com. Let us know about it. You know what we do. It's your boys.
It's your boys. And your boys have to remind you as we sign off that you should never, ever watch a movie, ever, because they're too traumatizing. Don't watch a movie unless it's a film about the Rust Belt, Detroit, America, the heartland, where things get made, where stuff happens. Sometimes, in the face of such adversity, what the good Detroitites have gone through, sometimes out of that rubble, a flower blooms. And that flower has weird teeth and big sideways jugs full of rancid rat milk. Jeez. And those are going to brace your fall when you fall off a water tower. The movie that you should watch is called Barbarian.
It's great.
And we highly recommend it.
We did it, you guys.
Have a good night, everybody.
Take them to space, Dave Coulier!
Yeah!
did it. We did this shit.